Hi there, I am the Reverend Danny Crosby, a Unitarian minister serving congregations in Altrincham and in Urmston in the northwest of England. And I'm offering this devotion as a balm for the heart, for the mind, for the spirit and for the soul. And it's titled, The Rituals of Christmas Time, Personal, Universal and Timeless. The last two Christmases have been quite difficult for us to engage in our many usual Christmas time rituals, have they not? The pandemic meant we couldn't socially mix as we normally would, so we had to find new ways to be more. We had to be more creative, basically. And as is the human way, so often we did. We always have, you know. The Spirit always finds a way to bring light, to bring hope, when hope is hard to find. And even this year it's felt a little strange this Christmas time, what with the Football World Cup going on. It's been a bit strange, not being able to interfere with some of our usual get-togethers really. It's just felt a bit odd really. So yes, Christmas has been very different these last few years, but regardless of how we've experienced it, its spirit has burnt just as bright as it always has really. I've certainly been getting into the spirit these last few days. And in a different way. And you know what? It's always different. I know it's going to be different this year. We'll see what happens there. Of course, Christmas means different things to each and every one of us. It always has, you know. People often cry out, say, Christmas, well, it ain't what it used to be. Well, do you know what? Christmas, as it was a few years ago, ain't what it used to be many years before then. It's always been changing. Christmas is in flux. Like life is in flux. Life and Christmas, nothing ever stays the same, does it? It's just the nature of life, really. So of course it's not as it used to be. Life isn't as it used to be. And yet despite the ever-changing rituals and celebrations, there is a universal spirit that's always existed. I think that spirit's existed longer than any of the Christmas stories. For Christmas is the ultimate universal mythos of the heart. Myths, they may not be real, but they are true, you know. Just because they're not real doesn't mean they're not true. As the great ancient Greek statesman Solon said about myth. Myth is not about something that never happened. It's about something that happens over and over again. And it's the same with Christmas. It just keeps happening. Might not look exactly the same, but the myth goes on and on. It's something that always happens. It's very true. So let's keep on telling these stories over and over again. Let's keep adding to the Christmas canon. Why, you may ask? Well, because it just keeps happening, doesn't it? So we have to keep telling the story. I wonder what Christmas means to you. For many people, Christmas is a time of love and compassion, of bringing to the surface our better selves. For others, it's about family, however we understand family, all coming together. For some, it's about God's love incarnating perfectly in life in the form of the Christ child. For others, it's a celebration of the end of winter and the coming of life, and once again the renewal of life in the springtime. For me, well, it's all those things, and a whole lot more than those things actually. For Christmas, it seems to me, is the ultimate universal festival of the heart. It's a mixture of so many traditions, and it's altered so much over time, embracing and incorporating so much of this simple spirit of light and love. It's this timeless spirit. Christmas is the ultimate festival of the heart, perfectly placed in the deep midwinter when we need it the most. Now, as the years go by, the meaning of Christmas has changed for me, as the meaning of life has changed for me. And you know what? I think it means more to me today than it's ever done. Every year, I would say, the meaning of this Christmas time grows in me. It's not just another day for me. It's a season. A season that seems to go on and on and on. It's a season of the heart come to life. Religiously, it means more to me too. As time goes by, I've connected increasingly to the many and varied rituals of Christmas time. And I know many of them are seen as secular now. I'm not sure that they are though, because even in the secular activities and rituals, the spirit, the heart of Christmas I see incarnating in all of them. I love Christmas, I really do. I love it because it fills my heart with nostalgia, generosity and goodwill. It connects me to life, it connects me to God, and it connects me to the people around me. It connects me to the past, to my ancestors, and to those who have touched my life, many who are no longer here. I shed many tears around this time of year. Maybe not publicly, but I shed many tears. You know, it happened to me 3 times on Tuesday. And the first time was not in an environment you really want to be in tears. It was when I was pushing and pulling some weights in the gym, and a memory just came in, and a feeling just came over me, this feeling of love. And 2 other times that day, it came over me too, as I received messages of thanks just for this simple, humble work I do. Those messages filled my heart with love. And I felt so alive. I felt so open to the present, the ultimate gift of life and of love. For the spiritual life is not about passively living in the moment, but bringing the moment to life. I received a message actually the other day by a friend who said, please don't take this the wrong way. But I was watching a version of Scrooge or A Christmas Carol the other day, and you laugh just like the ghost of Christmas present. I thought to myself, and I thought, what a lovely thing to say. What a lovely, wonderful spirit to be compared to the ghost of Christmas present, full of life. I think Father Christmas was based on him a bit, to be honest, but in a more earthy way. The ghost of Christmas present is all about life and love. Wonderful. It's about Christmas, this beautiful gift of life. Christmas is the heart of the year. Christmas is about kairos, time, not chronos, time. Time slows and our experiences thicken if we allow them to, if we allow ourselves to experience them. If we open our hearts truly to the Spirit at work in life. If we open our hearts to one another, our relationships will deepen and thicken. And what's more religious than that? For me, to be religious is to increase my connection. And to be spiritual is to increase my sensitivity, my experience of life. But there's some religiaire, rebinding, connecting to myself, to others, to life, to God. That's being religious. Whereas spiritual is about increasing my feeling, my sensitivity. That may not be how you see it, but it's how I see it. And I'm entitled to my view, aren't I? Just as you are too. And I see the religion and the spirit of the season at work in the many rituals that we engage in each and every year, such as going to buy a new tree or fetching the artificial one from wherever we store the artificial tree, about getting out the decorations and placing them around the house under the tree. Myself and Molly had a lovely time the other day chatting with Frank, Alid and Nick, members at Durham Road, as they finished putting up the tree outside in the chapel gardens at Durham Road. Molly loves Christmas trees. Or should I say, she loves stealing baubles from Christmas trees. She has such fun, and it's a joy to behold. For so many people, simple rituals like putting up and decorating the tree connects us to the past and to those who have touched our lives. So in such beautiful, beautiful ways. There are so many memories tied up in these rituals. The memories will be mixed as life is mixed. To misquote good old Moses, the blessings and curses of choosing life. How many of us laugh and cry as we engage with these rituals, and of course as we pass on the memories, as we rebind the memories, as we bring these memories to life, as we remember, as we reincarnate them as we tell these stories, what's more religious than that, really? And isn't this love reincarnated? Yes, there is religion in those ribbons, but also in the baubles and the tinsels as we engage in these activities together. Isn't it just beautiful? Rebinding so much of life and making more than from the simple things that we hold in our hands. What's more religious than that? And as we increase our sensitivity to one another and to life, what's more spiritual than that? Now, of course, these memories are not always happy, and there will always be tears of whatever kind. But no doubt, these experiences will connect us to those glad tidings of comfort and joy. Comfort and joy, oh glad tidings of comfort and joy. And don't we bring glad tidings as we do so? This brings me to the music of Christmas, whether that be the carols and the carol singing, or the many numerous pop songs and classic songs and folk songs and all of the songs that come to us, the songs of the films, etc. For every service during December, the congregations I serve, regardless of their religious meaning, insist on only singing traditional Christmas carols. You know what? I'm with them. It brings the spirit to life. The pop songs are just as spiritual and religious to me, to see me. For the pop songs connect me to the past and those I've heard and sung those songs with, and they help bring the moment more fully to life. They increase my experience of life. They open my heart. They incarnate love in my being. I get a taste of heaven, don't we all? How life should be. I had an experience with this kind of stuff with music in the past last Saturday night as I re-engaged with a love that's been with me since I was a teenager. I actually went on what you might call a congregational outing with Rob, Helen and Nick, members at Dunham Road. We went to see my great musical love, New Model Army, at the Ritz in Manchester. Wow, they were brilliant. Great night, they were in great form. I would say it was a truly religious experience because it bound so much love together. Something I've missed engaging in, really. Something they missed doing themselves. They generally tour around December and Christmas time. It's a tradition that they've not been able to do due to the pandemic, etc. So music's something that connects us to this great spirit. Whatever music we like, and there are many and varied. Then of course there's the films, those great Christmas stories. For so many of us, this is the heart of Christmas. I wonder what your favourite is. What film is it the heart of Christmas for you? What is it that engages you with the Christmas spirit? Mine, it's either usually a version of the Christmas Carol. There are many. I like Scrooge, that's a bit of Bill Murray one, but I like all the Christmas carols. And of course, It's a Wonderful Life too. And some of these stories may appear secular on the surface, but I bet you whatever story it is, whatever Christmas film it is, there's something of that universal Christmas mythos going on in there. The heart of the Christmas story. It's in there somehow. It's in there somehow. Even Die Hard, I reckon. There's something of that spirit in there. Maybe that's a stretch, I don't know. All these rituals to me are deeply religious and spiritual. They connect us to one another. They connect us to life and to that spirit at the heart of life. They connect us to our past and those who have touched our lives, and they bring the gift of Christmas to life. They bring the present to life, the ultimate Christmas gift, as it increases our sensitivity to life itself. This is the Christmas spirit. This is spirituality born to life, brought to life, born again in the mangers of our hearts. And another universal quality is the journeying of Christmas time. There is, of course, the Chronos journey through the Advent season as we open our Advent calendars and we count down the days to the day. There are the journeys to buy the gifts for loved ones. There are the journeys to the events and the parties. There is the journey home also. And journeying, of course, is at the heart of the Christmas mythos, where that is the journey of the Holy Family of Joseph and Mary carrying the Christ child in Mary's womb on the road to Bethlehem, of the refusal to be accepted, of the magical birth and adoration of the child, of the Christ child, of Jesus, and of course having to flee for their lives. Can't we relate to these journeys in so many ways? Look at the world today, people fleeing and being rejected. It's the world around us, it's just as real today. All over the world, around this island, in fact, in this island. Doesn't this just go on? It's not something that happened 2,000 years ago. People being rejected and refused, journeying in terror and fear. Or the internal journeys we go on, or the rejection of certain human beings because they're considered unacceptable. It still goes on today. It's not just some story that we can't relate to. It happens in every household. It happens within ourselves, how much we reject ourselves even. But it happens to millions of people on this earth. There's no room for you here. You're not welcome at this inn. It still goes on today. There's the journey of the Magi, the wise men who are called out to cross many lands in order to follow their bliss and bring gifts of love to the beloved. And aren't we all called out to follow our own bliss? Isn't this a universal tale too? Another kind of journey that we can all go on, that we can still relate to today. These, of course, are journeys of distance, but they're also journeys of depth. They are both chronos and keros journeys. Won't we all be doing some journeying over the next couple of weeks? There will be journeys of hope and of sorrow, of joy and of laughter, and some of pain. There will be religious journeys, there will be spiritual journeys, there will be journeys of the heart, journeys that will increase our sensitivity to life and deepen our connections to one another, to life, to our past, to our present, to our future. It will open our hearts, and in so doing it will incarnate love here in our vulnerable human lives. All this, all that's going on, all that will happen as we move towards the moment of magic on Christmas Day. They will help me follow in the great tradition of that great character of Christmas time, certainly for the last 150 years, of Mr. Scrooge, and his famous words at the end of A Christmas Carol. I will honour Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, in the present and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. So let's journey on through this Christmas season and truly open our hearts and engage in the Christmas spirit. May our hearts open wider at this heart of the year. May our experiences deepen as we remember to slow down as we rush through the busyness of our days. May we know the true gifts of this season, gifts of love, of compassion, of acceptance. May we bring the spirit of the season alive, and in so doing learn to make it Christmas in all the days yet to come. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. Well, it can be, if we make it so, if we bring it to life through our humble human being. Amen. So I'm going to end with some final words of blessing. We need to bless more, you know, and we can all bless. We bless when we give ourselves fully to one another and fully to life. So some final words of blessing. The Spirit of the Holy dwells in each and every one of us. The Spirit of love dwells in each and every one of us. May the flames in our hearts remind us that the eternal love dwells deep within. May the flames that we hold in our hands, the Spirit of life, remind us that the Spirit dwells deep among us as we gather together through this Christmas season. May the flames in our hearts remind us that the arc of the universe needs our embodied love, and faith needs us to bend toward justice. So let's carry that spirit with us. May this flame in our hearts burn bright, and may it do so in all that we feel, in all that we think, in all that we say, in all that we do. Go in love, go in peace. Journey on, dear friends, journey on.